Hi everybody, this is Minnie, and I just wanted to show you what I'm working on this weekend. I'm going to be teaching a class in Fort Collins at the Art Lab Friday and Saturday. You are welcome to come join us and just watch the class if you like, if you don't want to participate. And I just wanted to show you what I'm working on. You can still sign up, there's a few spots left. And plenty of space at the art lab. I have worked on these little miniatures 4x4 canvases made out of modeling paste, and it looks a little difficult for people to think about this as a art class. Beginners, don't be worried. You can make something like this. I come across a lot of people that talk about, oh, I can only do stick figures. Not so. If you have the right instructor, you can really do some amazing things with art. You just give it a chance. I use this brand, and it is a flexible modeling paste. It does need to dry overnight, so I recommend that you wait and let it dry completely before applying to it. I usually get a small one because I haven't really worked long enough with this, but I'm beginning to like what it does, and I do want to take another class. This one I taught myself to use, just looking at other work. A few years ago I went to, I'm just going to work while I talk. A few years ago I went to Santa Fe. I'm here in Loveland, Colorado, and I was a little discouraged because everybody's using oil paints, and I've been using acrylic paints as a painter for many years, and I thought that I felt like everybody was using watercolors and kind of felt left behind on the whole thing in the art community. So I went to Santa Fe and went to so many galleries and was exhausted by the end of the day. But I'm so glad that I did that, because what I found out is there's a lot of acrylic artists out there. And one of the paintings, I can't remember his name, he did this beautiful ocean wave, and it was amazing. Well, I did some research and I found that he could have probably used the flexible modeling paste. I don't know. And I do have the information in my file. I follow people, but I haven't had a chance to follow up on that. So I decided I want to do the same thing. Maybe not a big ocean and a scale of 20 by 20. I like to start small, just to experiment today. I'm just going to show you this video. I've done other pieces and have sold some, and people are interested in learning. So again, it's just a modeling paste. It's kind of like a toothpaste consistency. And let me get a close-up here. I wanted to show you I have a paper towel and little spatula knives, and also it's important is some water. It does dry, but it takes a while to dry, so you can manipulate the modeling paste when it's a little bit dry. And then if you make a mistake, the thing I love about this, and the thing I like about acrylics, is that you can wipe it off and start over. And with the modeling paste, it's still wet, and you can't really make a mistake. It took me a long time to get the hang of the knife. When I paint, I don't paint as much with the knife. And what I'm doing right now is just forming a texture in the background. I'm not sure what I'm going to make, but I know what I would like to make a fairy. You have to excuse my voice. I am not comfortable with my voice on video. I think a lot of people have that issue. Mine's even more, especially when I'm on the radio talking to dispatch. And sometimes I can hear other people, my voice over the radio. So when I play back this video, I'm going to have the need to want to just delete it. But since I'm giving a lesson out here online, I have to keep it. So, and there's no voiceovers. It's not like art, where you can just erase it and start over. When I do the class, I want people to not be afraid of getting messy. A lot of people use gloves. I like touching things, especially art, because texture, and you really get to experience it. And that was one of the reasons why I started 3D, is because I work with special needs students, and they're very tactical, sensitive. They like touching things, and I can't imagine taking them to the museum or to an art event and them being told not to touch it. So I've done a few art events where parents, when I put up my 3D art, you can see the nervousness of the parents. Say, "Oh, don't touch it." And actually, I go up to the kid and I said, "You can touch it. I painted that." And kids are just in awe because they love it. They're curious. They want to feel it, So I finished the background here. I haven't found a really good coating for, with the smaller pieces I do spray. There goes my mic. That's the thing about the videotaping. If it's not cordless, it's going to get messy. So I've only done a few pieces, and I sprayed it with the acrylic coating over it. You can use matte or you can use shine. It's held up pretty good, but the larger canvases, I did an angel with the wings. I haven't found anything or feel confident enough to do the final product on it, so when people do touch it, it doesn't wear out. I can only imagine it takes years to do that if you're rubbing a lot, just like a bronze, You'll see it shine because they rubbed it so much in certain spots. So hopefully I'll find something that will coat it really good, and everybody can have that experience of touching art. So I think I got off topic. I'm working on this project with the Loveland Gardeners, and my partner picked out the project we're doing. And as we went to go pick up the material, we've had a choice of a mailbox, firewood, fireplace screen, and some other interesting pieces. Just stuff that's junk, just pieces that people didn't need them and they throw them out. Well, it was a perfect chandelier there, and that's what we're working on. As we were deciding what are we going to do with the chandelier, we're talking in front of the lady there. Sorry, I can't remember her name. She runs the Loveland Gardener in Loveland. And Mary and I were collaborating the project. It's like, as an artist, I really couldn't think of anything to do with the chandelier. And Mary is amazing. She does these shells. Anyway, So we're collaborating. It's like, okay, we can do this to it, we can do that. Okay, my little audio is going out here. I don't know why. So it looks like I'm gonna make an angel. So we decided to do the chandelier, and it's sitting at the kitchen table. And we put some lights on them. We're decorating it, and I am going to make the fairies for it. So you kind of get a general idea here on the modeling page. I love it. With the palette, you can just decide where you want to take it. And I'm pressing very light. It doesn't take a lot of strength. As it gets stiff, as it dries, it gets a little hard. So you kind of have to remember the time. And this is not drying very quickly. And it does take a while, but I'm going to spray. You want to spray on the towel first to make sure it doesn't squirt out too much. And it only takes a few strokes. I'm sorry, I forgot to do the close-up shot here. Let me show you that. So it kind of looks like toothpaste. And actually, if toothpaste was a whole lot cheaper, I'd be practicing on toothpaste. At least with the modeling paste, you can stick it back in. Try again. In a separate container. I wouldn't use it back in the original container. Okay, I think angels need to be with the big wings. I did an angel a while back. Independence Gallery at a fundraiser. And I really love doing that charity, but I didn't get a chance to do it this year. So if you get a chance, look up the Independence Gallery. It's for 65 roses. Okay, now I'm doing the head. Don't worry about the face so much. Just kind of get a general. Now I'm going to show you a trick on how to smooth that out. Looks like she's got a nose sticking out. Alright, I'm going to do the dress. Anyway, Billy does it every year. And I don't have cystic fibrosis, but I do have an autoimmune disorder that affects a lot of things that I do, triggers symptoms. And one of the things that I'm learning is to eat healthier foods. I know I'm going off subject here, but I guess I feel like the need to share. I saw this artist talk about just things that wasn't even related to art while he did these awesome paintings. And I thought, how does he do that? How does he even think about the things that he's saying? Well, now I know. Usually when I'm painting or doing any kind of art project, I'm listening to music, and I don't talk. I just listen to music, and sometimes I sing along. So now I understand when you start talking as an artist, you kind of ramble. Any artists out there, tell me it's just not me and him. So I'm just turning this around so you can see. You want to cover the whole canvas so it can bond into the canvas. Okay, Now I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes and take a little break here and put it on pause. And I'm going to show you the next step is spraying the face and then actually shaping the face to make it look like one. All right, I'm going to edit this. This is not too long. So thanks for watching. Okay, I'm back. So I waited a few minutes, maybe 10, quench my thirst. And this is, I thought of fairy at first, and then it turned into an angel. And I'm going to show you now how to work on the face. Again, it takes practice, and if you remember being a kid playing with stuff with, I don't know if you guys remember the paste glue. Well, I used to use that and play with the paste glue because I thought it's really neat, the texture. So I'm going to spray my finger. Of course, I'm going to spray the towel first. As I mentioned before in the other video, you want to spray it first, make sure it's not dripping. So here goes just a little bit of water. And kind of, now this feels like, I want to say like a cupcake filling, the frosting. And you can see right away how quickly that smooths out. You could put it on there, but I prefer the finger, to moisten the finger, especially in small spots. You don't want it all over the place. So I'm flattening it out. I'm liking the way that's looking. And then let me show you the dress. I don't want it to make it look like a wing, because it seems like it's like the same texture of the wing. So I'm going to smooth out the dress a little. Just the edges that are sticking out. Very lightly. You really don't have to apply a lot of pressure. And the trick is just tap and move your finger just a little bit. If you're interested in, if you can't make it this weekend, I'm going to be teaching classes in Loveland, a little bit closer to home. Not sure of the location yet. Art Lab is for free. That's why I picked that spot, and I'm also a pop-up artist with them in the summer. And it's just a great opportunity to teach a class and actually, earn some money as an artist. So I really appreciate the Art Lab support. Any artists out there, check them out, especially in the summer. We're actually having a pop-up meeting for artists that sell small items. I don't recommend huge paintings, but there's a lot of artists that are canvas painters and pottery and some jewelry. And it's a lot of fun meeting people and just talking. It's right by the square at that fountain. It's really neat in the summer because you get to see the kids play. And even though setting up is difficult, it's worth it. They don't charge anything for the space. You just make sure you have your license, pay your taxes. That's all they ask. And keep the area clean. Just be respectful. Um, I could tell you guys more about it, but I really think you should just check out the meeting. Check out the Art Lab pop up online on Facebook, and you can find out more information. Like I said, I like teaching the class there because it's free, and I don't know of any other place that would offer that to other artists. Mm, my angel's looking really funny, like she's all lopsided, so I'm gonna fix this here. Now I did put a little bit of water, and you can tell it's like the same consistency as it was before, a little thicker, a whole lot softer. Now as it gets dry, you can see it's kind of like a matted texture, and I try not to mess around with it too much. Once I like a design, I try not to touch that. I like in the wings. I want to add another piece right here. You kind of have to find a way to get that part done. I'm just going to play with it again. I just don't like the way I'm doing it. So again, with this, you have time to manipulate the image. Sorry if I'm not catching the whole thing here, but I'm working on it here. So today it rained, it started to rain. It's spring. And it started to rain, and as I was driving, it started to snow. It was amazing. I love Colorado. And I will never get bored of the mountains. So let me show you what this can do. Different shapes, just the way you move it. I encourage you to experiment with this medium. I'm not a dress designer, but you can play around with it. It really doesn't even have to look like a dress. It's kind of contemporary, abstract, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes my brain just kind of shuts down and doesn't. Until I see it, then I know that I'm done. Sometimes I just need to mess up the whole thing and just start over again. And you know, you could always fix these mistakes or experimenting with the medium. There's other things that you can use. Things around the house. I don't know, this is the cap. You gotta find your style. Your little niche on things, experimenting. You know, that as an artist, you just experiment. Don't hold yourself to only one medium or one style. That's probably one of my bigger challenges as being an artist. I won't say my age, but over 20 years. And more than that, because I swear I was born to be an artist. I just remember the very first time I was a kid and doing finger painting. like, all kids like finger painting, and they grow up and they forget. That's the sad part. I think everybody has a lot of potential in anything that they have passion for. It'd be art, music, sports, literature. I mean, there's so many things out there. Find your passion. All right. I think I'm okay with this one for right now. It'll probably change a little. I just don't want the dress to overtake the whole wing. I want the wings to look more, what's the word? The focal point? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Thing about being an artist, especially when you're painting or doing a project, is to know when to walk away. I actually, for the very first time in my experience from art, I didn't walk away from a painting, and it was a painting of 3 lions in Africa from one of these pictures that my friend photographed, and I was so into trying to finish it to show him what his photograph, his interpretation of his photograph is a painting. And in front of my eyes, the one lion was one style and the other lion was a different style. And I thought, why did I change the style in the middle of a painting? It's because I didn't walk away. And it ended up rubbing out the whole thing. And usually when I change my style, it's a different painting from another painting. You know, if you look at my collection, you'll see it's just, that's what I do. I'm experimenting, I'm playing, I'm just liking art, and I don't hold myself to just one style, one medium. And that, like I said, it is one of my biggest fallbacks, is sticking to one way, because it's marketable in branding your work. So my very passion is limiting my marketing brand. But I must say, I think I found my niche recently, because I've been doing it consistently for a few years now, and it's working with wood, believe it or not, acrylics on wood. I'll share more about that in the next video if you are more interested in my other works. But I just felt like this medium, I had so much fun, I wanted to share it, and people have been asking about it. So I think that's it for now. So I'm going to let this dry overnight. Like I said, the dress might change a little bit. I might smooth it out. I might use another tool. I got rubber bands. Maybe in a bigger painting. So thanks for watching. I'm going to try to put these 2 videos together, or I might do it separately. So please do write on the comment section what you think, and ask me anything about this project. And if you have any questions about my website, after you've looked at it, you can sign up for my newsletter if you like my work. And I do have events, mostly in the summer, and they usually are in Fort Collins for the pop-up artist. And I actually have a tea cart I think I need to expand on it because I don't have enough space in my tea cart for my art. So I'll think of something. Maybe I'll make a wagon. We'll see. Um, so you guys have fun, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.